where I went to high school. How crazy. I am old as a bat. But I think today's lesson will be a lot of fun. I think it will be a really good time. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go and get walking. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Introvert Entertainment, episode 8 of Thoughts on Walks. Crazy. 8 episodes, man. It's really cool. My cousin always texts me. He's like, dude, I look forward to those thoughts on walks. And I'm like, dude, that's really nice. I'm glad somebody looks forward to them. I think a lot of people do, which I don't mean to sound self-conceited about, but it's always like a really good feeling when someone looks forward to content that you like to create. I think that's really, really cool. And so, I love doing these. As I said, it's kind of like a journal. Like I can go back and watch some of these videos, and I can kind of, if I'm going through something, I can watch this going like, oh yeah, I talked about that. And I'm one of those guys where I like to practice what I preach, per se. So I definitely try to, look through those videos and try to be a better person each day. So thank you again all for watching the videos and all of my content on Channel Burton Entertainment. It means the world to me. So this episode's going to be kind of different. There's not really much of a lesson in this one as I usually do. This one I kind of just want to talk, let you know a little bit about my life and kind of what I deal with on a daily basis. And as I was going on some other walks, I don't just go on walks on Thoughts on Walks Day. I go on walks every day. I was thinking, what should I talk about for this episode? I was kind of just pondering and praying about it, going like, I don't know what I should talk about here. And then I got the impression of I need to make maybe a more personal type video. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about what it's like to be an introvert who struggles with depression. Now, an introvert is somebody who likes to be by themselves, who likes to get their battery recharged by themselves, but when you struggle with depression, you're encouraged to talk to people, you're encouraged to reach out, but it's really, really difficult for me to do that sometimes. So again, I found a really cool video that kind of explains being an introvert and having depression. Do introverts develop more depression than extroverts? I thought it was a really cool video, and so I'm going to play the video, and as always, I'll make sure it's linked down below in the description as well. So watch the video, and we'll be right back.
Introverts are often misunderstood and get a bad rep for being standoffish, snobby, and disinterested. The list can go on for miles. It's funny how much silence can stand out like a sore thumb and be interpreted. But that's all these are. Wild theories people concoct in their heads to fill up the gaps because they're hungry for answers. Let's get one thing straight though. Depression and introversion are not the same thing. And depression certainly doesn't discriminate upon personality types. A fair share of extroverts and ambiverts of all ages, genders, shapes, sizes, and color struggle or have struggled with this mood disorder. It doesn't just choose one kind of prey to feed on. As long as we're all living and breathing, we are all susceptible to it, whether it's situational or lifelong. But factors such as genetics, trauma, grief, and seasonal changes make it easier for one to develop depression. But interestingly enough, although introversion is often mislabeled for depression, some research supports the idea that introverts are more likely to develop depression and anxiety than extroverts. Why is this? Well, according to research director Robert McPeak, he believes that introverts are more self-critical about their performances than extroverts are. Jennifer Granman, founder of the online community Introvert Dear, also believes that living in a world that overstimulates and demands a lot from introverts to conform to extroversion would only promote more negative self-talk. Instead of adding more pressure on introverts, let's try to promote self-acceptance, shall we? We can do that first by understanding them better. Although introverts may be quiet and prefer solitude, their minds are quite the opposite, loud, sharp, and chaotic. They often have rich inner worlds. This is where they may harbor dark thoughts and conflicting emotions, since they have a habit of working their problems out independently. Since overthinking can trigger feelings of low self-esteem and guilt, this can cause them to isolate themselves further when they believe they don't deserve to be loved. When introverts start disconnecting, it makes it hard to receive positive affirmations from others. Thus, they become more susceptible to depression, while extroverts prefer to seek company when they're troubled. But here's something else to consider. Do introverts need to be as happy as extroverts often strive to be? Boston College psychologist Maya Tamir did a series of studies that proved introverts would rather maintain a neutral emotional state when they were presented tasks, such as giving a speech or taking a test that involved rational thinking. Meanwhile, extroverts preferred to be stimulated by happy thoughts in order to complete the same tasks. This concludes that introverts simply don't need the same kind of entertainment extroverts crave. But that doesn't mean they don't need social interactions. They just prefer not to go out of their way for small talk and would rather stick around for more depth and meaning.
So I decided to shoot thoughts on walks here at my old high school because this is kind of where everything started, where I was like, okay, something's, I don't want to say wrong with me, but I would say I started to develop definitely symptoms of depression and being an introvert. It was probably my senior year I realized like something wasn't right. And I was dating a girl at the time, and it was a very difficult trial in my life, and that kind of had me spiraling downhill. I almost didn't graduate, and I had to do certain things to get my grades up in certain classes that I just did not want to do, that I didn't feel comfortable with. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I would feel sad all the time, and then anytime people would ask me to hang out, I'd be like, I really don't want to. And deep inside, when people canceled plans, I'll be honest, I got excited because I was like, I can finally just be, by myself. And as I got older and as I realized like depression is a real thing, and when I would ever tell people that I was sad or that I was struggling in high school, people would always tell me like, dude, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I was like, well, I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to tell you what I'm going through. And I swear to you, nobody ever believed me. And I don't want to be that guy who discourages people, I don't want people to be like, high school's going to be horrible for you, because it should be a good thing. You should enjoy your time in high school. That is considered to be the best 4 years of your life if you want it to be. Like, my mom loved high school. Like, she absolutely loved it. I absolutely hated it. There was nothing about it that I sincerely enjoyed. It brought me nothing but sadness and grief. And even when I would go and talk to the counselors, I mainly had to go talk about my grades because I just wasn't doing good. They would ask me, is there anything else you need to talk about? And I would finally muster up the courage to be like, you know what? I'm a little sad. And they'd be like, aren't you like the funny guy? Didn't you win like class clown? And then I'm like, yeah, I guess I did. Like, oh, you're fine. And it blew my mind that the counselor said that to me. And I thought about that for years, and I haven't told a lot of people that. And I don't know, man. I think that's one of the things where it kind of showed me that I am really introverted and that I have a hard time, opening up to people about that. And then later down the road, I figured I had depression, and I was like, I need to talk to somebody. I need to figure this out. I think a lot of people struggle like I do, where they prefer to be alone. They need to be alone to recharge their battery. And I don't think being an introvert is a bad thing or an extrovert is a bad thing. That's just the way that we're kind of wired, And, sometimes life can be hard, especially when you are struggling, but you need that time alone. But sometimes when you're alone, things, your dark thoughts can kind of take over. And so I encourage anybody who struggles like I do, who lives a life of being introverted and having depression, I have one thing to ask. Just to tell one person that will listen to you, that'll care about you. Because I don't want you to run into the same situation that I did, where you try to tell somebody and they just say, you're fine, move on. I want you to find that one person, whether it's a best friend, your parents, a sister, anybody. If you're struggling, tell them what you're feeling. Because you deserve to be here. We all deserve to be here. Life is a gift. Life is a privilege. And I need to understand that myself more, that I need to enjoy this life. I've realized that I'm not going to get, any better with the depression. It doesn't go away. But I have to understand, trials make me stronger. And one day I'll learn, when I pass on to the next life, I'll learn why I struggled with this and what benefits that it's given me. I believe in that. So again, I encourage y'all who do struggle like I do, who is introverted and struggle with depression, to reach out just to one person and tell them how you're feeling. It doesn't have to be, I'm feeling sad. Just let them know how you're feeling. You're feeling good, feeling happy, feeling sad. Let them help you. I've had to learn that the hard way. I've shut people out for years, and I had to let a few people into my life, and to be honest, it was hard. But because I was able to talk to some people that I know I can trust, it definitely made a difference, and it's helped me big time. It is so freaking hot today. So I'm trying to get this done in the morning because it's already 82 degrees. It never gets hot here where I live. Absolutely crazy. Oh man, it is super hot today. Look how dirty I look. I look like I just gotten done working at a coal mine. Oh my gosh, but it's just really hot where I live today. I did about a little over 2 miles. I'm trying to get up to 2.5 and eventually 3. But 2 miles is what I can do right now, which I am okay with, because I just need to take my time, and I just need to, keep pushing through. But I want to thank you guys for so much for watching this episode of Thoughts on Walks. I never like to sugarcoat things. I used to, but now I'm just I like to just tell people like it is in a very kind and honest way. For those watching who are in high school, or who are about to enter high school, I do hope that it's the best 4 years of your life. I hope you don't have to struggle like I did when I went to go ask my counselors for help, and I kind of just shrugged it off. And I don't want people to deal with that. I don't want people to struggle the way I did. Again, if you do struggle, please find that one person to reach out to and just tell them how you're feeling. Again, tell them if you're happy, you're sad, you need help. As an introvert, it's nice to connect with a person who understands you on a deep level. I really enjoy having deep conversations with people, and that really does help. So if you are introverted and struggle with depression like I do, find that one person who you can have a deep connection to. There is somebody out there, whether it's a good counselor, there are good counselors out there, or a best friend, or a family member, or if you're a man of God, praying to God and His Son Jesus Christ to help you through that. I think that's great therapy. I do that all the time. And so I encourage those who are struggling with that, again, to find that one person, because it will make a difference. If you guys do like what you see, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the like button. It really does go a long way. Man, I gotta go. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna edit some videos, and then I'm gonna go play Skyward Sword, because I just got it yesterday. I only played it for 2 hours because I fell asleep playing it, so I'm gonna go do that. Again, thank you guys so much for all your support, and until next time, I hope you all take care.